layout of your visuals is neat. Your KPIs are like on point. You've got wide coverage, yeah. Covering HR dimensions, salary, attritions and all like that. Well done. But I noticed some things on it. Maybe you can just go back to the first off, I was looking at this attrition trend. Maybe next time, since most of the years are of the same value, probably you could just start from maybe 2021 because this does make the data. This particular chart doesn't really look nice. I need to like strain my eyes to like see the years. It's not so obvious. And I think from 1994, I don't think it's from 1994 to about 2014, 2013, so probably you could have filtered that out and then gives you the most important years, right? I think you can look into that attrition trend in case of next time, right? And some of your, can you make this? I think I can't say it well. I'm just saying, maybe you can zoom in. Yeah, good. So your coloring also, I see, I think all of the charts is using blue. I think it's all blue, just mixed like lighter blue and all like that. And that is affecting some of the legends you have, like where you have this active exited, I think, for employment status by salary band. Yeah, that one. So I think probably in case of next time you could make use of, I think, colors.io. That's the site you can use to like get your color palette well. So you could get something else that will make it easy to interpret these charts. Do you understand? The coloring are almost like the same in tone, so it's looking almost the same. And your salary distribution, I was looking at it. Is this like average salary? Maybe next time you could just highlight the title salary distribution by department. Is that like average salary in the departments or what? I don't really get. IT, I'm saying for 90, is this 97,000? Is that the average or that's the amount the IT department is being paid? I think in case of next time, just do more explanation to your insights, right? And there's something I noticed earlier. Employment status by age band. Yep. Under 20, above 50. Okay, so the values you have are just okay. 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 So let me go back. Let's go back to the dashboard. Well, employment instead of a salary band. And next time, I think you could like do more explanation to your employment status by salary band. I'm looking at it and I don't really understand. I'm saying high, low, medium. What's the salary band? There's no explanation to that. No actual threshold. You didn't define any threshold for it. So what gives you high? Why? Which one is high? Which one is low? Which one is medium? You just have employment status with salary band high. So maybe you could, if you're just showing someone this dashboard, it's a bit hard to like interpret most of what you have on there. Do you get me? Yep. So for gender and ethnicity distribution, okay, I think that is fine. So just points of improvement from me. I think your visuals, use more distinct colors to include contrast and what else? What else? You could add more interactivity to your charts, maybe allow for filtering by, I think you already have filtering by, where do you have your slices? Okay, yeah, featuring by sex. That's good. By gender, yeah, good. And I think you could include a featuring by age band also. So we can easily see what, let's say, people over 50 are doing, saying. Do you understand? To make the insights deeper. Yeah. Yep. So I think that will be from let me leave the rest to Daniel. Well, good job, guys. Well done. Well done, Lucas.
And, I have been listening to the Mr. Uh, Oladipo, right? I don't want to butcher the name. So basically, it's a decent work. I'm assuming you're starting off quite early, so I could actually condone some beginner errors I can see. So for the analysis, it's not too bad. It could be improved. Why? Let me give you an example. So you've shown your stakeholders that okay, fine. Attrition skyrocketed from, can you zoom in a bit? Is that 2018 to 2019? It skyrocketed from 2019 to 2020. If they were to ask you why that happened, right? This analysis isn't telling that story. Do you get? So when you're analyzing or when you're trying to visualize the data, you don't always show the what. You need to tell the why. Because when you show them what happened, you need to also tell them why it happened. By them knowing why it happened, what happened that year compared to other year, because it's pretty uniform, but there was a sudden jump from 2019 to 2020. So what happened in 2019 to 2020? You need to dive deeper to know the pattern there to amplify your analysis. I don't know if I'm communicating, right? That's number one. Number two, most of the things I would have loved to touch on, my colleague has already. So looking at this color is off, first of all. It's quite off-putting. Okay. I know people love, this dark thing kind of stuff, but if you can, in fact, you should always keep it a light background. In a professional settings, keep it light. You understand? Anyone, well, I know you go online and you see, I myself, I think I've done maybe 3 or 4 max. I've built over for private, personal, on the job. I've built over 200 dashboards over the last year or two, right? Out of all of them, I built only 4 that same dashboards. It's a 4, it's a 5. Why? Because you need to keep it simple. Once you tamper with the background of your reports, which you're trying to show to stakeholders, it takes an expert level of the understanding of UI, UX, and story and color, how color works for you to be able to pull it off. In this case, everything is just washed out. You understand? The two tone you used not working at all. So that I would recommend. Please, for now, always switch back to a white base. Okay. Thirdly, sorting. Sorting is very important, okay, for your data. If you're not going to use an highlighter, to highlight the peak and the bottom of what you're trying to visualize, you should always sort it, right? Now I want to find out the top 5 most paid employees. You're starting from the least paid, right? Look at your title. Your title, you're showing the top 5, but you're showing the least out of the top 5. All of these little things you're doing is just what amplifies the story you're trying to tell. You understand? So you need to learn how to sort your axes appropriately. Yet that needs to be done. Okay. And what else? If possible, also format for example, the salary distribution. Again, that title is very vague, just like you mentioned. If possible, you can always have a two line titles to help your visuals, the actual title, then a subtitle that gives a little bit of context, as to what you're doing. Example, salary distribution by department. Okay, you can say, okay, fine. Which department earns the highest average salary, right? Or which department earns the highest based on the average salary. That would be like a smaller line, but it also adds context. Do you understand? So that when somebody looks at your report, because as it stands now, you are not supposed to be explaining your dashboard. The dashboard is supposed to be there to aid your explanation. But the way this dashboard is set up, it's actually doing the opposite. You will have to start explaining your report to your stakeholder, and that has just nullified the actual existence why the dashboard should exist. Do you get? So let's go back to your table. Let me check for something. Let me see if there's a field. Is this a one pager? I'm assuming this is a one pager, right? All right. Okay, scroll a bit to the right. To the right. Again, your what's it called? Your salary, your age. Whenever you're creating beams or creating group, please, instead of using very old, young, specify the range. You can say 25 to 30, right? 21 to 25. You get 28 to, you understand? Make sure it's a named range. That will add a little bit more context as well. So if you're sharing this and you're seeing above 50, where does this? Okay, let me see. Okay, I think you did that. Okay, yeah, okay. That's good. That's good. All right. So also this data, I don't know if you guys collected it, but something like this, I would actually have loved a column that actually checks a little bit more data. An example, the work experience, work-life balance. Do you understand? All those things that will most likely influence employees leaving. I can't find those data here. So the data is decent, but I don't feel it's comprehensive enough to give you a proper analysis. Do you get? So let's go back to your dashboard one more time. I think I missed something as well. Also, we have the total employee. We have the active staff. Please, as a data analyst, always try to play around with percentages. Okay, fine. We have 121 active employee. What is the percentage of that of the entire population? 11 left. What is the percentage of that of the entire population? You understand? So all of this little percentage actually also amplifies the story you're trying to tell. But overall, it's okay for a beginner, but there's still a lot to improve upon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel, for that, and Mr. Anyola for those quick insights. So, without wasting any much of our time, let's go on to the next thing. See Excel go B. Please, if you're presenting your project, please go straight to the point, right? Make sure that you hit the nails on the head. Don't do any unnecessary things. Just go straight to the point, please. So, Team B, please, are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're ready.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aisha Suleiman. I'm presenting Excel Team B. So today we'll be presenting our HR analytics dashboard, which was designed to track workforce analysis, distribution, attrition trend, and compensation insights. Our aim was to translate raw HR data into actionable insight that can support workforce planning, employee retention, and performance improvement. To answer our business questions, we prepared it and cleaned the data, summarized it using pivot table, and developed HR analytics dashboard. The dashboard highlights our key workforce metrics, including headcount, diversity, attrition trends, and compensation patterns. At this point, I'll hand over to the next presenter who will walk us through the dashboard overview. Abdulatif, please take over.
All right. Um, Good afternoon, judges and everyone on the call. So I'll be taking over from where she stopped, and I'll be taking us through the dashboard. And looking at our dashboard, we came up with a one-page report which shows that we have a total of 911 employees, and we have 833 active employees, which is giving us 91.44%. We have the exited employees to be 78. That will sum up to 8.56 percentage. And the average salary of our employees sum to $113,341. And the average tenure so far, we have 12 years as the average tenure. So if we are looking at each of these key measures that were analyzed, we are looking at what is the distribution of employees across the department that we have. And we find out that we have the largest number in the ICT department, which is around 215 employees, followed by the engineering department, which have a total of 152 personnel. And then the accounting department accounts for the smallest workforce, where we have 84 employees. And this will indicate that the IT and the engineering department are like the major backbone of the company in terms of manpower. So if we look at the distribution according to the ethnicity of the employees that we have in the company, we find out that the Asians are the one taking the largest number. We have a total of 363 employees being an Asian Asian from the Asian ethnicity group. Then we have the Caucasians and the Latinos following, while we have the Black, that with the smallest number. We have a total of 70 numbers of employee as Black. So while we are looking at diversity, we feel that there's an opportunity to improve representation of Black employees, because it seems the Black employees are underrepresented in this HR department, in this company. So if we move ahead to looking at the salary distribution in terms of who are those that get the large amount of money, who are those top 5 employees that go home with the largest salary, we find out that we have Real taking the largest chunk. And if we look at this set of people, they are likely to be the senior executive, or we say that they are likely to be the highly specialized professionals in the company. So moving on to the salary distribution across the department. So which department takes the largest chunk, or which department is going on with the least amount of money? So we find that the highest department happens to be the marketing department, and the salary for that department sum up to $128,544, followed by the accounting, and then we have the lowest to be the IT. It is quite funny that when we looked at the head count, we find that the IT has major personnel, and we're having low salary in that department. So this could suggest that in the IT department, it's possible that we have junior or mid-level employees as compared to the other department that have the largest salary distribution. So if we look at the attrition over the year, we find that the attrition were relatively stable until getting to 2019. There was a spike, and the spike was a very sharp one, and then this could be linked to area of the period of pandemic, and then where there's high remote job challenges, and then there were a lot of competitions in the market. So people tend to leave to another company to get more for salaries, for salary increments, and then be able to work from home. So that would explain why we are having a large attrition around that period. So overall, our major KPIs were the average salary, where we have 113, $1,341, and the Asian taking the largest part of the ethnic group. And the attrition continues to increase from that period of 2019. So our recommendation would be that they should be the key stakeholders should address the salary disparities across the departments. There should also be increased. They should also strengthen diversity and inclusion strategy in terms of the distribution across the ethnicity group. So we should not have an underrepresentation amongst the black, where we're having a large number of people and with being an Asian. And also they should focus on departments with low headcount and see how those departments can also be improved. So the key stakeholders should also investigate the reason behind this recent attrition, although we've stated why those things could occur, and they should look at how they could bring in people back and find a way to bring them back to the company. So in conclusion, the HR analytic dashboard provide an actionable insights into the workforce distribution, attrition, and compensation. Implementing this, coming up with this key analysis and implementing the recommendations that were given would help the employees' retention, equity, and organizational growth. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. So without wasting any much of our time, let's just go straight to our judges. So Mr. Eniola, please go first, and then we'll go to Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, well done, guys. I think you guys are just like opposites of the first guys, because I say the first one was like dark. I think this pale blue. But well done. I will still have almost the same the same comments with the other guys. Yeah, same attrition trend issue, because this is like too long. Probably should have started from, let's say, 2011. You could have cut off the other years because they're almost of the same values. And yeah, in real life, this is your top 5 highest paid employees. You know, this expose individual names and salaries, and you know that's a privacy issue in real world. I mean, you guys are going to the real world here, so try to avoid something like this. I mean, there's like privacy issue showing people's salary out there, and there's no department role context to these employees. So the insight is somehow, should I say, shallow. I mean, we just put top 5 highest paid employees, their name and the amount. There is no department, no role for us to even know, oh, okay, this person is in this department and is earning this much. We just have their name. We don't know what department they are in. So that insight is a bit not, I don't know. So the next one, I'm seeing salary distribution by department. I don't know if you talked about it, but I was noticing that IT that has the highest head count has the lowest salary. Doesn't somehow connect to the head count. So again, is it like the salary distribution is average salary or doesn't mean salary? And I think there should be like some explanations. I would have loved to share some dashboards that would show you guys what I'm trying to talk about, whereby you could show your charts and also have some explanations to it, just like what Dan said earlier. Mere looking at your dashboard should be able to like tell us what is happening, not like you still needing to like explain and explain and explain. Do you understand? So I saw some formatting inconsistencies somewhere. Where is it? Okay, gender distribution. Okay. All right, I think this is good. But in gender distribution, I think you should just stick to one. If you are using percentage and the chart is percentage, for gender distribution, you have percentage, and then ethnic distribution, you have in the numbers. You have in it in numbers. So I think you should have switched to percentage of total for that also, So you can have how many percentations and all like that. Mm, yep, I think it's still almost the same as the former guys. But well done. That will be my note to this. So in case of next time, in case of real life, try to like note all that. Yep, that'll be it for now.
All right. He has basically said most of the whole gist of it. It's really funny how you guys are having same problems but opposite ends of the spectrum. This is blown out, right? This is blown out. There's something called color contrast. Okay, whenever you're designing a report, you need to learn how to use contrasting colors. If your background is on the highlight side, which are bright, sharp colors, your actual um primary colors should be more muted, and vice versa. Okay. So the other person went too dark, you went too white, so it's blown out. Um, your again still the same thing. Formatting, formatting is also an issue. Sorting is also an issue. Some are sorted correctly, some aren't. And you also need to learn what visual hierarchy is. The main things or the first things you want your stakeholders to know to pay attention to should be at the top of your reports. Your KPI cards are small. They're very small. They're literally your KPIs. Those are the first things that your stakeholders should see, but they are just fading into the background. You understand? And their eyes are drawing towards their eyes are drawing towards the charts over there. I don't know if anyone has seen my reports, but if you ask me what part of the reports after I've done my analysis do I spend the most time on, I spend the most time on my KPI cards. I make my KPI cards as informative as possible. Do you understand? Because all of these other charts are just a deeper layer of what you're showing them. So your KPI cards are not being paid enough attention. Look at the icons. The icons are as big as the values, if not bigger in some cases. So that's drawing away from it. So I would love you guys to rectify that. What else? What else? Again, just like the other group, if you're using, always take advantage of percentages. If the male is 55 or 500 over 1000, but there's an option on to use the pie charts to do it there. You turn on the values, you turn on the percentage as well. So male 510, 51% of the total population. You understand? You should do that as well. Personally, if I'm doing like the top five, um, highest paid, I would have kind of added like a dynamic text to show you, okay, fine, these are the top five, this is the percentage of the overall population. Let's know if they are far ahead of the other persons, which can lead, to maybe the satisfaction or the feeling of being cheated. Also, if they have job roles, you could also add that to your column so that we'll know, okay, find this person's, who are they? Are they executive members or are they floor members? So all these little things you do will help analyze and visualize your reports very well. For the year again, just like the other persons, you've showed them what happened. You've not told them why it happened. You understand? You've not told them why it happened. So from looking at the data, it might not be comprehensive enough to answer that question, but always put it at the back of your mind that in as much as you're analyzing to show what happened, you also need to add context as to why what happened. Because again, root cause analysis is one of the most important type of analysis an analyst can do. Because as a data analyst, you're not here to tell people what they know happened. You're here to tell them why it happened and what they can do to prevent it going forward. But overall, it's a decent work. So good job, guys. Thank you.
And I just dropped the sites in the charts. There schoolers.co. So that could help you guys with color combinations. I mean color selection for your next project. It's more like a color palette site. So that would help too.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Daniela and Mr. Daniel, for that quick insight and knowledge. So let's move to Power BI team. So, Precious, are you guys ready? Mr. Legacy,
Yes, I'm ready.
please go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, let me wait for my colleague to share. Mr. Ligas, are you trying to connect? Okay. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Power BI Group members, which includes Mr. Onwe Bonaventure, Walter Daniels, A.D. Omolara, Ojo Ayobami, Precious Tochku David, Uwele John, Okori Chidima Pauline, Stephanie Isibo, Ekong Quinette, Opeyemi Ayodeji, and Ogumola Oluwatosin. We are sharing the results of our Smart Logistics Business Analytics project. And as a group, we think that logistics is everything that happens to get a product from point A to point B, and which includes the trucks, the delivery routes that they take, and the timing. So the core idea of our work was just very simple to to make sure that we figure out how they deliver product better, faster, and more reliable. The challenge that this logistics company had was they had so many delivery delays, and some trucks were underutilized. That is, some trucks were not working hard enough, and their demand forecasting is inaccurate, and overall, their customer experience is really inconsistent. So these problems were really affecting their profit, and it slowed down their operations. Our goal was to fix these problems by using the data set of this company to run a track, to run these operations and make sure that they deliver better and more reliable. So I'll be handing over to my colleague, Mr. Onwe Bonaventure, to help us go through the dashboards and walk us through our findings.
Sorry, who did you hand it over to?
I hand it over to Mr. Onwe Bonaventure, the one
Uh,
sharing.
is he on the call? I'm not hearing him.
Yes, he's on call.
On my mic is on now. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Onwe Bonaventure. So over the course of my internship, we worked on building a smart logistic dashboard to analyze revenue, delivery performance, and delay patterns. The goal was to provide actionable insight that can help optimize logistics operations. So the question is, how can we maximize logistic revenue while reducing shipment delays? So on this first page, which is the revenue and customer insight, we look at the revenue side of operations. The dashboard shows total revenue of about $299,055 from 1,000 shipments with an average of $299 per shipment. This gives us a margin of only 10%, which is relatively thin and highlight the importance of efficiency. Truck performance is uneven. Trucks 4, 8, and 10 generated more revenue, while trucks 7, 1, and 3 are on the bottom. Customer analysis shows that 90% of revenue comes from repeat customers, while only 10% comes from on-time customers. Revenue by month is stable, peaking in January and December, suggesting seasonality. Finally, high frequency customers, 7 plus, these were customers who made 7 and above order generated $125 alone, $125,000 alone, which shows loyalty is a strength, but also a dependency risk. So my recommendation, the company should optimize fleet allocation by focusing on underperforming trucks. Moving to the next page, this page looks at delivery performance and efficiency. The on-time delivery rate is relatively low at 43.40%, with 434 on-time shipments. The average waiting time is 35 hours. Here we see total shipment remains stable, ranging from 77 to 94 per month. So the demand side is steady. The real challenge comes when we compare this with on-time versus delayed shipment. Across all the months, delayed shipment consistently outnumbered on-time shipment. On-time delivery rates hover between 34% and 52%, with the worst month in June at 33.77%. This means more than half of all shipments arrive late, which directly impact customer satisfaction and trust. My recommendation, the company should focus on raising on-time delivery rates to at least 65% in the next year. Use predictive routing and real-time data to minimize traffic-related delays. Moving to the final page, which is the asset and delay analysis. With the KPI shows 566 delay shipment, giving us a 56.6% delay rate. Interestingly, actual shipment 297,915 far exceeded forecast demand 199,284, with supply completion at 149%. When we look at traffic conditions, delay rates under heavy traffic approach 100%, but even in clear conditions, waiting time is still 34 to 36 hours, pointing to internal inefficiencies. Truck level delay patterns confirm that both high and low revenue trucks suffer from delays, showing this is a fleet-wide issue. Actual shipment versus forecast demand also show oversupply in all the months. Finally, the root causes highlight traffic at 135 and weather 151 are the biggest external causes, but mechanical failures 133 and unknown causes 147 represent internal problems we can control. My recommendation, the company should adopt predictive traffic and weather planning to reroute shipment proactively. So in summary, the dashboard reveals three key themes. First, revenue is stable and largely driven by repeat and high frequency customers, but margins remain thin and fleet performance is uneven. Second, delivery reliability is our biggest challenge, with on-time rate consistently below 50%, making efficiency more urgent than growth in shipment volume. Third, the root causes of delays are both external, such as traffic and weather, and internal, such as mechanical issues and long waiting times, while forecasting gaps have led to oversupply. My overall recommendation is to focus on improving operational efficiency through predictive routing, preventive maintenance, and strong demand forecasting. Thank you.
Mr. Legacy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, sorry. I intend to ask you some questions. Just like
Okay.
Personal first before getting into this. Do you intend to like work with data later on in the future? Like, I mean, do you intend to like be a data analyst, like that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. First off, you need to like work on your presentation skills. I do not really understand everything you're saying. You are taking the presentation more like when, back then in secondary school, when we do debates and then we're just saying everything for real. Like if you are presenting like this to your stakeholders, they might maybe need to like check your employment later for real. Don't take it like being harsh, but I do not really get everything you're saying. You're too fast. We're just saying
it was
everything.
due to the time. We are given 5 minutes, so I just want to summarize everything. So
okay, well maybe that, but in case of next time, just try and be like calm, because everything you're saying, I did not really pick things, and I know you just say things and they say your recommendation. So just be calm next time. Take it step by step. And I don't some people are like that, and I mean maybe some people get tense and do like that in interviews also. So you need to know, like, when you're doing it, you need to sound confident about whatever you're doing. But so let's go to the chat now. The chart you guys have, I wonder why there's a lot of space on the, should I say left? Yeah, I mean, on my screen is the left. So you guys left a lot of space on the dashboard to the left where you have revenue, and then you have your main charts sort of like
Is
jam
it this one
packed.
here?
No. I'm talking about the dashboard itself. Where you
Okay.
have revenue delivery delay, there's a lot of space there. Why do you have that space? Where you have revenue delay, what's it called? By your left, the tabs
Is that
somehow, yeah, inside, yeah. You have a lot of
okay?
space here. Look at the other side also. If you go to this, you have a lot of space. You could have utilized that space for some of your charts. And then your chart is like jam-packed in the middle, and I can't even see most of the things clearly. Do you understand? And some of your KPI, your cards are like, they're not they're not like explanatory. The way you wrote the numbers, you didn't format them well in Excel, I think. I don't know, even in Power BI. There are no commas. 29.906. I think I saw one place where you have 146 percentage. What is that? 140 percentage of what? I think if you're calculating a percentage,
Supply, that's the supply. That is supply completion
do you
percentage.
want to explain that? Supply completion percent, 149% of what?
This means that the company ship above, that is 49% above the total forecasted demand. So what
Uh,
the actual shipment is, what the company forecasted was 199,284, and they shipped 297,956 and 950. I mean, so the company shipped more than what they forecasted, which gives us the rate of
okay.
149.49%.
Okay. Okay. Because that wasn't explanatory until now that you sort of explained. Back to the delivery and efficiency performance. So look at this on time versus delayed shipment and delivery rates. And this chart, if I look at this, I don't even know what it is saying for you.
On
I
time,
don't.
is it this one? On
No,
time
no,
was
no.
delayed.
Time versus
This one.
delivery and delivery
Okay.
of them.
Let
Yeah,
me explain.
but yeah, before you explain, it is too clustered somehow. I mean, even the numbers, and then you have lines. I think the line is for the on-time delivery rate, but maybe you should explain also.
Yeah, the line is for the on-time delivery rate. So this column here, it shows the on-time shipment. Why the delay shipment is 48. The on-time shipment for the month of January is 44. So the on-time delivery rate for that particular month is 47.83%. Because in the month of June, the on-time shipment was 26, and then the delay shipment was 51, and the delivery rate
But
is 33.7.
all that is not. But all that is not included on the chart. You only have on-time delivery rate line that is showing the percentage, right? So it
Yeah.
is when you over on the bars that you see the
If I
exact.
add the data label, it will look so clustered and it will be
I mean,
very
it
hard to
is like
understand.
like
I
this,
make
like
light of
this
it.
also. It is clustered like this also somehow. I mean, you also have your slicers on the side. I mean, it makes everything somehow clustered for you. Just in case of next time, just look into that and ensure to like um manage your space very well. All of this is just clustered, jam packed, and if you give this to someone, I don't even understand. Even the what's it called, truck performance, the monthly truck performance on time versus delayed.
They added the data labels to
At the first
differentiate it.
glance, I don't think anybody will easily understand. The traffic
This
traffic
is it
status, clear, heavy, detour. Okay, those are meant to be what? Slices?
slicers, yeah.
Why do you have that as slices? Do you want to explain? Traffic status panel with traffic status.
Yeah. The reason I added the traffic status is to like, okay, analyze the but drill down to know the root causes for the okay, like for this particular shipment. Once if you select on the clear, you can see the total shipment when the weather is clear for that particular for the particular month. And when it's heavy, you can see the total shipment. So it works for all of them.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I think I get you, but maybe the title of the slicer you have is not like straightforward. I don't even understand what it means. But my point of improvement for your job is you guys just need to like improve the visual clarity also. I mean, the color combination too is somewhat you're having brown, yellow, it's somewhat related to what the Excel guys did. Yeah, the color combination is not so, and then your space management, you're not managing the space as well. Everything is jumper, and then you have total shipment by month, but you have a line 50, 92, 77. You could have used, let's say, like a bar chart for this. Yeah, it's good to use line chart for duration, period, and all, but this type of line chart is not so nice. I mean,
Okay.
I'm saying, I mean, me looking at it, I can't easily pair it to a month because I'll need to start counting. Okay, January is 92, February 77. I can't easily look at which one is August to September. I don't know if you get what I mean.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah. And I think there's a place where you have a waiting. Yeah, I saw this average waiting time, 35 what? 35 hours, 35 days,
35 hours.
35
Yeah,
minutes.
I had it's 35 hours actually. I
Yeah,
wanted to like change the title of this particular one there, but it's affecting one of the other charts, so I just have to leave it this way.
yeah, it still boils down to your space management. You left a lot of space. Maybe you guys want to have a party there by the left. I mean, then your chart is just very, very small in the middle. So look at that too. Where's this? Delay rate percentage by customer frequency. Then I'm looking at medium 4 to 6 one time, high 7 plus, low 2 to 3. I think you need to like define the frequency bands. I don't understand what all that means. Do you
The
understand where you
frequency
have
band.
delay rate percentage by customer
Okay.
frequency? I don't understand the
Okay.
title also. I don't know what this chart is talking about.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
Yeah,
The
you
one
explain
time
everything.
means
That's what Daniel said earlier. You don't need to really explain. Do you get? I get you. You might explain, but let's say in real life, you would not
okay.
need to explain. I'm meant to like see this chart on LinkedIn, and I should be able to like read meaning to what you're saying. But me looking at this, I don't even know what it means. Do you get? So medium 4.6. I mean, add some context to it. What does medium 4.6 mean? On time delay rates percentage by customer frequency. That title too. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, just try to like define some of um
Titles.
your tags, your title. Yeah, try to like make it more explanatory. Yep.
Okay.
Where again? Ah man, yeah, I'll just leave the rest to Daniel.
All right. So first things first, it's actually really funny that there are on average 4 charts per page, but somehow it looks as though it's being overloaded with charts. It looks so cramped. Please go. Let me see the canvas size you're working with first of all. What's the size?
920 by 1580.
Sorry.
This is a canvas size here. 920 pixels by 1580.
And this is at 50%. Why did you go? Why did you decide to go with that?
The reason I want this thing, I want all the chart, because I have 4 charts to display, so I want everything to be more visible. That's why I increase the font. I increase the size of the
You
canvas.
you don't really have to, right? You don't really have to. Whenever you're working with charts, especially something that requires you working with, months, you should be focused more on the width rather than the heights. Okay, fine. If 720 can't work, you go with the standard 10080 for height and 1920 for the width, right? Which is like the 2 times of the 720 times the other resolution. There's 16 by 9. Both of them are 16 by 9 aspect ratios as well. But one is double, while the other one is single. And you can adjust your zoom ratio. Now you have 4 charts. I am not on my computer. I would have shared my screen and I would have shown you something. You have 4 charts on your dashboard and it's looking cramped. Do you understand? So you need to learn space management. Look at the left-hand side of your chart right there, where your navigation is held. You can house, in fact, you should house your slicers on the left-hand side. By taking out that traffic status, automatically you have enough room to widen, to extend that chart you're trying to visualize there. It's looking too bad move it, just move it. Move that slicer there, move it to the left-hand side.
This slicer here.
I can only see one set of sliders. Just move it out of there.
There are 2 sets of slicers here.
Move them. Change both of them to drop down if possible. Just move them. Or leave it as it is. Now extend that chart there more. Extend
Which
it.
chart?
The charts beside your slicer there. The one with the on time versus delayed.
I need to remove this.
Now extend the actual charts. You can see just by extending it alone, it's now has a better room to breathe. Are you seeing it? Compared to
Yeah.
how cramped it was. Just doing this alone will help you. Okay, fine. If you want it to be on, that slicer of the different traffic, you can change the slicer type to a single line with all 3 of them, and you can put it just in front of it. All right, that's one. Number 2, I've told you guys, white background works the most. You need to learn how to take advantage of the page, the real estate you have. Okay, this is too cramped. Some charts are ridiculously big. Example, delay rate and customer frequency is too
Okay.
big. Like what is showing and the space is taking doesn't make sense at all. It's too big. Number one. Number 2, same thing. Your line chart as well. It's too. I don't know how did you do that. It's that far up. Look for a way to adjust your axis to bring it down closer to your
Let me just change it.
labels. You can tweak the axis to bring that thing down. It's too far up. It's just making it look disjointed. Okay.
I don't know.
Number
Okay. Let me.
no-
I think.
number 3. Hold on.
Okay.
Number 3. He has said it. I've said it. The misconception of dashboards and presentations and visuals is you need to exceed these tools. These are tools, communication tools. You use it to amplify. You use it to amplify what you're trying to sell to your stakeholders. Right? Use it to amplify what you're trying to say to your stakeholders. You're not supposed to be explaining your charts. Your chart is supposed to be amplifying what you're saying. They're supposed to look at it within 5 to 10 seconds, grab what you're saying before you even get to the point you're trying to prove. But this is the reverse. Now you're explaining the charts you're supposed to use to amplify the story you're trying to tell. Okay. Number 4, there's no time series in sight. There's no time intelligence. Okay. It's always good to compare periods. Okay, fine. This is the on delivery. If I'm to select 2024 against 2023 or January against February, what is the change?
Excuse me,
So you need
sir.
to
I need to do something. The data set was just for a particular year.
It doesn't matter. You can do month over month. Do you get? You can do month over month. All right, from January to February, from February to March, you need to have a monthly slicer. What you want to hone in on a particular month to get deeper insights. When you select that month and everything adjusts, you should have indicators to show was there growth from the previous month or was it a deficit. So you need to learn how to utilize your time intelligence as well. You get,
Okay.
the KPIs are too small. Again, they're too small. They are supposed to be the highlight of the show, but they are like just there as passerbys. They are too small. Like, I don't know.
I,
If you just check
I
my
need to
page, you will see the
I
way
need to enlarge it.
you,
Okay, I'll take a bit.
you will see the way I build my KPIs. Almost all my KPIs, if there's a date column, you will see the trend, monthly trend, and also the time intelligence attached to it as well. Because I want those KPIs to tell the story. In fact, I'm even the chart. I'm using the charts to compare the previous year. So just looking at the chart, looking at those KPI cards, you already have a lot of information even before looking at those charts. Okay, so let's go to the revenue. Let's go to the revenue tab. Secondly, while we're going there, it felt as though you were reading from somewhere. Do you understand? It felt as though you were reading from somewhere when you were presenting,
I
and it
I
was
cra- I
just,
crammed I
were you
crammed
reading?
no, I crammed it. So
You're not supposed to be reciting. You're supposed to be explaining. You're supposed to be selling a story. So that was the problem. Okay, that was the problem. It was just look like it was sounding. If I'm somebody that has a lot of good stuff going on in my life, and I came into a board meeting and somebody's just reciting something for me, I will lose interest immediately. You can't convince me to do what you want me to do. The problem we're facing, you've gotten a solution. One thing is to identify the problem, another thing is to come up with a solution. The hardest thing among the three is to convince the people you're presenting to that they should invest so and so resource into that solution. You understand? So these are the soft skills that are not being taught, are not being spoken about enough. So those are the areas I feel you guys need to improve upon. Let me see the third page. Look at space. Like, there's spaces. I don't know those spaces if they're not part of your canvas, but you have enough
it's
space
because
to
of
work with.
it's because of the canvas setting. That's why. And I actually set this thing to fit to let me go
So
back to the
please,
revenue. I set it to fit to width. That's why.
it doesn't matter what you set it to the actual size. Set it to the actual size. Now zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look at it. The spaces are still there now. So it doesn't matter if you set it to fit to page or whatever. You're not utilizing the entirety of your canvas. Look at space to your left. Look at space to your right that you would have used to incorporate better visual flow. You
Sorry,
understand?
Daniel. Did you build this alone legacy? Did you do the project alone, or you had your team members with you?
Yeah, I did it with my members, with my teammates.
Okay.
I hope they can pick up on all of this.
Yeah, thank you. I will.
And finally, I won't lie to you. This color needs to go. Like, it looks very bad. I won't lie to you. I know it doesn't really matter that much, but the color just looks very unappealing. And of course, one of the act of storytelling via your dashboards and presentation is to present something that will catch the attention of the people you're presenting to. This does the opposite. It actually repels rather than attracts. So because of the way you presented, you're just reciting the whole thing. Just like he mentioned, I really didn't get what you are trying to communicate. And also, that 160 something percent delivery, that thing was a very big miss. That was doing more harm than good. Trust me. Because when I saw it, I'm like, how are they delivering more than 100%? Like, I know percentage runs from 0 to 100 most cases, but I'm seeing
Exactly.
149%. You understand? It was after you started explaining like, okay, this is against the targeted stuff. That is why it's like that. You get. So please, context matters a lot. Nobody has time to be searching for context or waiting for you to explain. Your visuals should have enough context to sell themselves to your stakeholder. Okay. Well, I appreciate the efforts. Just it takes
Okay,
time, of
thank
course. It's not something that falls from heaven. Do you understand? So just keep it up and just try and improve. Check out my page. Check out the other judges' page. I'm pretty sure I have an unlimited number of projects that I've worked on that you can look and learn. Do you understand? Even on your YouTube page, I've been on there. Other professionals have been on there as well. Go
that's
through those videos on EDTS. Watch those videos, create those projects, look at the things we are talking about, look at the changes you can pick from there to implement and improve yourself. Okay. All right. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Yes, sir. It's fine. Oh, that's fine.
Thank you very much. SQL. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, so SQL,
Yes,
are you here? It seems SQL group one is not ready. So let's move to.
What do you say, sir?
I said SQL group one. Who's the speaker? Is she here?
Yeah, we are here.
Please, I'm waiting for you.
I'm coming. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adeyemi Tomiwa, and I will be representing SQL Team A to present our analysis. Basically, our project analyze the performance of students in a sorry, please give me a minute. So basically, our analysis, we analyze a student students analysis. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus, I'm coming. Hold on, give me a few minutes. So our project analyze the performance of students in a college. So we did our data cleaning. We did our data cleaning for preparation and we did our data cleaning on using Python. Then we do analysis using SQL. So basically, our data, our data, our analysis, we did. Jesus, what is this thing? The student performance. The student performance is a core indicator of educational quality and long-term success. To understand the factors influencing outcome, this project integrates SQL querying with business intelligence. The purpose is to analyze, is to query and summarize data using SQL, track key performance, visualize drivers of exam outcomes in Power BI, provide actionable recommendation, and improve student success. So our insights, some of our insights. So yeah, these are our insights. We analyze our data sets using SQL to ascertain parental involvement, the factors affecting student performance in a college. That is probably the parent involvement, the parental education level, the motivation, the peer influence, the learning disability, the teacher's quality, and the school type. So during our analysis, we figure out that parental involvement has high chances on student performance, which happens to be 68.1. Then at medium size, we have 67.1. Then at low size, we have 66.88. That is, they have two intervals, as in two major difference, two percentage difference within each other. Then on the motivation has high level on student performance as well. Then the parental education, postgraduate or college categories have higher average score than high school. Parental education correlates positively on student performance. Then peer influence, positive peer influence group have high average scores. Figures shows a difference of a few points. So then the school type, the private school has slightly higher average percentage. Visuals indicate 100%, 100.9% versus 19 Abi, and 99.96% private slightly performing public. So these are our dashboard, but I will be handing over to Mr. Emmanuel Anowe to hand over our part visuals to explain how our visual is being analyzed. So this is our dashboard. Mr. Emmanuel, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emmanuel, and I'm here to explain the dashboard we built. So from the dashboard, you can see that total students, we have 6,443 students. The average exam score 67.24. The highest exam score is 101, and this suggests that maybe the teacher gave a bonus mark. The lowest exam score is 55. Then to the chart, we have gender demography, and we have male and the female. Then for the parental involvement by average score, we have high parental involvement with the highest average score, which is 68.10, and this suggests that students who have parental support tend to score higher than those who don't have, or those who are at a medium scale. Then also the internet access versus the average score. We have 100% 0.09 for those with internet access and 98.95 for those who don't have. Then going to learning disability by average score. We have it that students with disability scored lower, which is 98.58, and those without disability scored 100.17%. The next. Okay,
Can you
now
see?
this is our performance drivers. We have motivation level by average score. Students with high motivation level scored higher than those with medium and lower. Then parental education level by average score. We have parents with postgraduates scoring 100%, 101% 0.09, which is more than the college and the high school. Then we have teacher quality by average score. We have those teachers with high quality scoring 100% 0.65. This indicates that the quality of a teacher affects the score of students during exam. And then we have the peer influence by average score. Those with positive peer influence have 67.63 as the average score, which is greater than others at the neutral and negative scale. So our recommendations are that parents who have disabled kids should provide tailored educational support to them to enable them to catch up with the learning in school. We also encourage targeted tutoring for students who are identified as at-risk students by our SQL query. We also encourage the school to facilitate teacher development in order to improve their teachers' quality and also to also get a good exam score from the students. Now, in conclusion, this performance analysis converts students' data into an operational data dashboard that highlights where students succeed, who is at risk, and which drivers matter most. So we can see that factors like teacher quality, parental involvement, motivational level, and attendance affect the exam score of students doing exams. So using this dashboard, we track those performance drivers in order to provide insights for schools and government agencies. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Tomiwa, and the other friend for actually joining me for presenting. So let's go straight to our judges. Mr. Eniola, as you were.
Um, First off, we said this is a SQL team.
Yes.
So are we reviewing their Power BI visuals or their SQL queries or what exactly? Because I don't really understand much about what the both presenters are said. I think the first one was not so clear. The second guy too, I don't really understand. Okay, so this is your query, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So what is can you give like a general context to what you're trying to do, because I'm just seeing a lot of, you're just showing some Power BI visuals, something average, parent average. The first guy that I explained, I didn't get one thing from what he said. So do you want to like give context for us to even know what you're trying to do?
Okay, sir. So basically, we want to the reason why we want to the reason why we want to analyze data is that we want to know the reason why, as in the factors that affected students mostly, probably from parent educational background or peer influence. You know, sometimes students move with what's called it, move with some influences that affect them a lot during their probably exam or even their written activities. So we want to know the reason why all these things affect them, and what are the factors that even affect them before we know the reason why. Yeah. So that's basically what you want to ascertain as.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here are the queries you guys wrote. Actually, this before. I think this should have been what you guys talked about more. Attendance. Okay. Well, I think for the SQL, you guys must have run your queries and it gave you the desired output, which you guys later used to create your visuals. So I would say it's a good job. We can start looking at each lines right now because of timing. Right. We can start looking at each lines now because of timing. And I saw the Power BI. I think it's a bit simple, straightforward. I think it's a bit simple and straightforward. Well done for that. It's a bit simple. So let me just see now that I have a bit context what you're trying to do. So you have total students of about 6,000 for the average exam score from an exam they did, I believe, is 69.24. And the highest exam score is 101. The lowest was 55.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have gender demography, 2007 and 3007. Next time you could just use percentage for that. So you can like have a percentage instead of, yeah. And school type by average score, private, public. Is it not just in one school? I don't get why you have to type, but I mean, don't let's go into much details. Parental involvement by average score. Nice slides, and I think the slices that you have to are well placed, and it's looking good. But you're using, is this not the color where you have this internet access by average score? So
Yes,
internet access by average score, yeah. So why do you use this chart, pie chart, and you have one as 100.09% and one as 98? Is the two not supposed to like amount to a whole? Is the two sides not supposed to
it should be
amount to?
it should be percentage of the total.
Okay, what's this internet access by average score? Is it like students that have internet access? Because I mean, I don't really understand all this because
As
I
in
see that
the
most of your
the rate
slides,
at
most of your charts are by average score, by average score, by average score.
yes,
So you're trying to
that,
say
that's because we work majorly on this student score, sir. As in their
okay,
exam. So yeah, that's what we worked on, sir.
okay. So this internet by average score, do you care to just explain it to me just very quick what
That's
is the
rate at which the internet affects them. Probably okay, want to maybe there's an online class or any online exam, and the students have to study ahead. Probably there were no internet access during that period, so the students won't be able to have access to their reading materials and all those stuff. So that may actually reduce their chances of having high score in their examination.
Okay. But this your chart does not seem right. Internet access by average score. The title two is not straightforward. 100% and then 98%. That's like 199%. I don't really get that, but let's not waste much time. I think we still have like two different guys. And then let's go to performance drivers. So me looking at almost all of your charts, does not amount to a whole. I mean, I think everything's going to like amount to like 100%. Most of all of this I'm seeing is motivation level by AVG score 100.73, 100.10, 99.28. So, I mean, I don't really understand. I would say in terms of maybe your SQL queries, I mean, that was good. You guys could have been like a vibe coder also. People are just like, uh, but your charts, your insights are not right for real. Maybe I don't really understand more about what you say. Maybe if there's someone else in the group that can give more context, maybe. But if you put this up on LinkedIn or anywhere, people will just be asking what you are trying to like say. From what you said, from what you explained, what I get is that you guys are trying to look at the factors that affect student scores, and then you focused on the average exam score, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Factors that affect student scores, and then you focus on the average exam scores. I still don't really understand, but don't let's waste much don't let's waste much time. Let me just allow Daniel to talk to. But I mean, in terms of layout for your slides, it's like pretty simple, no much color, no much designing, and I mean it's just plain and simple. I'll give you that. But insights from the chat, and I think that's the main thing, not so nice because I don't even understand. I don't understand.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
All right. So first of all, first is first. You guys need to understand what you're not just slapping charts on your visuals for the sake of it, right? You're not just slapping charts. Number one, that 101, I feel that's an error, right? That was an error. Is there any part of your documentation where it was explicitly said that teachers can give score that will make the person go over 100? You get, so that one alone is there's something wrong there. I'm not quite satisfied with the explanation that maybe they gave extra mark. It doesn't work like that. I don't think anywhere, anyhow, you get over 100. So I think you should pay attention to that score. Number one, dive deeper to find out the reason why the person is scoring above the upper bound, okay, of the scoring system. Now, number two, your titles are off. Like all your titles are off, basically. Now, let me give you an example. You're seeing here medical level by average score. You're supposed to flip it. It's supposed to be average score by medical level. What are you testing? You're testing the performance. In this case, our KPI we're tracking is the scoring, which the metric is average score. So you're not passing the dimensions by that metric. You're passing a metric through the dimensions to see how they perform using that metric. So those titles have to be flipped to the opposite. So it's going to be average score by motivation level. Again, a subtitle. This chart shows how motivation of students impacts their performance. Again, I'm seeing over 100% there. It's 0 to 100. The scoring is 0 to 100%. I'm seeing a lot of numbers that are over 100. So that's something you should pay attention to, because I've not seen any scoring system that goes above 100. Now, to your charts, go back to that the first page, the one with the pie chart. Now, let me just tell you guys what pie charts are used for. Okay, you used it correctly in the gender demographic, because the pie charts are used to show the distribution of different parts of a whole, right? Same with the donut charts, and for the gender demographic, it worked well. But in this case, you're trying to show the distribution, right, of two different. Again, it's supposed to be average score by internet access. So you have your yes and your no, and you use the bar or your column charts to visualize that, not a pie chart. Because whenever you're using a pie chart, when you sum up all of the percentages, it should give you 100%. But in this case, you're using the wrong chart to to visualize what you're trying to do. Okay, so that's something you really need to work on. Check your numbers to make sure everything is in order, and it's not bad. It's better than the rest so far. But those are the little two things I would suggest to work on. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thanks so much, sir.
All right, thank you very much again, SQL Group A. Before
Uh,
I move, I would love those that has presented, right? I hope you guys are actually taking correction, because you don't get an opportunity to have this kind of people actually bringing out their time to actually do what you've done so far. So I hope that you guys are taking corrections, because there was a lot of mistakes and things that you guys need to actually note down. So I really hope that you guys are taking corrections. All right, let's move on to the last two groups. So SQL B, SQL team group B, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Hafsa Akinola, and I'm representing EDTS SQL Team B for this internship project presentation. And my team members include Wempeng, Sahid, Oguntade, Divine, Jessica. This SQL project was carried out in order to analyze performance trend by this fashion retail store to check performance across different brands, their sales, and to uncover trends that will help improve the business. This is a brief overview of the SQL queries that were carried out. Please, can you see my screen? Oh.
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. This is a brief overview of the SQL queries. Let me quickly share my screen. Yeah. This is a brief overview of the queries that we ran to get the insights that we used to create our analysis and our dashboards. We tended to answer questions like the sales trends across the month. We analyze data across 8 months from January to August. We also try to analyze the trend among the brands, the products, product types, and categories across different countries. I would like to hand over to my colleague Jessica to give us more insights on the dashboard we created. Jessica, over to you, please.
Okay, let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
What about now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can see
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jessica Ogemai, and these are our fashion sales dashboard. It has 3 pages: the overview, the customer and product insights, the transaction. Okay, now looking at the overview, we have total sales. The total sales, we generated 193,000 in sales. Then we have the total orders of 353, and the average order value is 547, and the total units sold is 1,097. So looking at the line charts, the total sales by month, sales peaked in March, and then it dipped throughout till July. It peaked again, then moderate throughout. Then the brand overview, we have Nike as the leading sales. It leads with 67,000 and follows by the Adidas with 36,000. And then smaller brands like Essential, Supreme, Puma follows. Then looking at the country performance overview, we have Japan as at the top country, who generated 31,597 in sales. Then it has over 170 units sold and 185 average price units, and the total orders of 52. And then going to the total orders by categories, we have casual, which is leading, which means more people bought casual. We have 99, and streetwear we have 92. The limited edition we have 87, and sportswear we have 77. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Now going over to the customer and product insights, we have, okay, going over to the customer and product insights, we have the top 5 most products sold is Off-White, Nike, Yeezy boots, Puma joggers, and Supreme hoodie. We have Off-White hoodie as the top product. We sold over 24,214 in sales. And then going to the total sales by gender, we saw that the women, we can see that the women is producing more of the sales. The women are buying more, then followed by the men, and then the unisex. Then going over to the total sales by category, we can see casual is leading, followed by streetwear, followed by limited edition and sportswear. Then total sales by brand and category, you can see again that Nike is the top. It's top in casual, which means more people prefer casual more than limited. Then we can see limited edition, we can see sportswear, we can see streetwear, and total sales is 67,000. Then followed by the top 3 countries, we can see that Germany is producing total sales amounts. Sorry. You can see Germany is the top country in Nike, and then Japan, and then USA. Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
yes,
I'm so sorry about that. Then let's look at this transaction. Okay, transaction. You can see that people prefer using cards and wallets more than cash on delivery and UPI. Then for the bulk versus regular transaction, you can see that bulk sales is leading. The bulk sales is people purchasing more than 3 products. Yeah, we can see that the bulk sales is leading, which is generating more revenues. It's leading, generating more revenues. Then the payment mode over months, we can see that it fluctuates. The payment mode over months fluctuates. People just prefer whatever payment mode they like. Okay, we can see that the bulk sales. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, you can see that the bulk sales produce 63% of the revenue. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll hand over to Hafsa for the recommendations now.
All right. In conclusion, our recommendations for the fashion sales store includes that they should increase their marketing efforts on high-performing brands. Like as we saw that Nike was the leading brand across all the countries, they should improve their marketing efforts in that region and also develop strategies to boost sales in regions that had low performing sales. Secondly, we would also advise the fashion store to conduct cross-selling promotions to scale mute performing with top performing brands. That is, other brands that are not performing well, they could conduct like a cross-selling promotion so that while people will still recognize the top brands, they will also feel the need to buy the low performing brands. And the third recommendation is that they should also create incentives to promote digital means of payment. From the chart, we could see that wallets and cards seem to be the most dominant means of payment by the customers. So we should create incentive to ensure that we don't lose sales in that area. They should create incentives, perhaps telling customers that you buy one, you get so discount free, things like that to improve the sales performance. And also another recommendation is that they should implement predictive analytics practices to prepare for peak seasons and downtrend period. We could see that sales spike was recorded in March, June, and July. So they should implement using historical sales data to plan for those periods where they experience high sales. And also we could see that in months like April and August, the sales dipped drastically. So they should prepare for those seasons, make sure that there is adequate inventory to cover for those periods, or probably offer discounts so that the dips experienced in those months will be minimized by the following year. And lastly, adequate planning of stock inventory to maintain sales momentum during on and off season. Just like I said, they should plan inventory using analysis of past data to plan how to keep sales going during the peak seasons and also how to minimize loss during the downtrend seasons. That's it from this group. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, a very great one, guys. Jessica and Afsa. Oh, that's a great presentation, Jessica. Well done with the slides presentation. And Afsa also. I see that you guys didn't just give us descriptive analytics. You went all ahead into predictive and prescriptive also. Well done on that. Well done, well done. And your recommendations are like on point. This is what we call a report, like a well-detailed report. And to the slides, do you want to show the slides, Jessica or Hafsa?
Sorry, do you mean the dashboard?
Yeah, the dashboards, I mean, sorry.
Okay, I'll
Jessica,
present now. Okay.
Yeah, I would comment this dashboard. I mean, it's a very good one. It's
Thank
a
you.
very good one. Well done. Well done. I don't even know what's like criticizing you. It looks good, but I would ask why you guys decide to use for the chart. You stick to the blue color. I mean, that's like the default Power BI color. You could have maybe integrated this color you use for your cards, the color underneath that shows the percentage from last month. That's like, I don't know, maybe just like green or something. You have used that for the what's it called, for the charts. Well, every other thing looks good. I mean, your KPIs are well arranged, well aligned to some extent here. And the integration of icons, I must comment that, well done, good one. The customer and product insights, let's see. Yeah, this one also is cool, but I mean, it just feels like you didn't do much work on the charts. You didn't do much work. It's just like the default Power BI charts that will generate when you just drop your data into the charts. So you could have maybe like change the colors or something. But outside that, every other thing looks fine. Total sales by category, casual, well, good. Unit sales, total sales by gender, good. Then let's see the last slide. Yeah. So I would have just suggested like a better color, but every other thing, arrangement, and I mean, there's like a very great visual. Not to waste much time, I just say well done.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Team B. So, last but not the least, SQL Team Group C. Can you just
Yes, we are.
please go ahead?
I'm so sorry. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Favor Bundipe, and I'm representing SQL Group C. Kindly let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Our project is focused on sleep and health, and I'll be giving a scenario. So imagine it is 2 a.m. and you're still tossing and turning in bed, knowing you have to be up at 6 for work. The next morning, you drag yourself out of bed, stressed, tired, and unfocused. Now multiply that by hundreds of people across different jobs and lifestyles, each one dealing with their own sleep struggles. That's exactly what our project set out to explore: how sleep connects with stress, health, and daily habits. For our project, we analyzed a data set of 374 individuals, 374 rows with 13 columns, and we cleaned it in Excel, analyzed it in SQL, and visualized the results to uncover meaningful insights. We started by preparing the data. We removed duplicates, standardized text field. We split the blood pressure into systolic and diastolic values because in SQL, it won't be able to read the normal way blood pressures are being written, and ensured that all numerical fields were properly formatted. After that, we imported the data set into SQL for analysis. And at this point, I would be passing it off to my co-speaker to speak on the dashboard. Ruth.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, from our analysis and query, we found out that we had 374 individuals, and the average age was 42 years. And we have a healthy average sleep duration of 7 hours. And we have a average sleep quality of 7.31. So we did a 2-page analysis, which was between the demographic. First of all, about the demographic, then the second page dashboard was about the sleep disorder. So in the first page, we found out that there were more male than female with 51%, and the female there were 49%. And we did among age group, we grouped the age and found out that most of the individuals, they fall under 30 to 39 years of age. And we did total individual by BMI. Sorry for the heading, it's supposed to be BMI. And we found out that most of the individuals, they had normal weight. Then for the sleep disorder, we did across sleep disorder, and we found that more individuals, 219 individuals, they don't have any sleep disorder, and 77 had insomnia, and 88 experienced sleep apnea. And total in the occupation, we found that more of the individual, they fall under nursing. They were nurses. So please, the second page. So we compared the average stress level among the occupations. So we found out that sales representative, they were more stressed. They were more stressed than all of the occupation. And we compared average daily step by sleep disorder. And interestingly, we found out that there were people with sleep disorder, they tend to walk more, as you can see from the dashboard. Then we compared the age group by sleep disorder. We found out that more of the individual under 40 years and above, they experience more sleep disorder. 40 years and above, they experience more sleep disorder. And we went on to compare the BMI and across with the sleep disorder. And we found out that when they were overweight, the individual experienced more sleep disorder. They were more prone to sleep disorder. So we recommend, based on our findings from our dashboard, and sorry for the KPI, we did the average heart rate of 7 beats per minute, then average daily step of 6,817 steps, then the average stress level was 5.39, then average physical activity was 59.2. So we recommended, based on our finding, we recommend focus on stress reduction for doctors, nurses, and management, and for sales representative, because they were more stressed at their work. And for insomnia, we recommended sleep hygiene education. Awareness program should be done on sleep hygiene to have a clear and clean environment when sleeping, and relaxation therapy too should be done. We also recommend weight management and regular checkup. for weight, because we found out that most of the individuals, they were overweight and it caused more sleep disorders. So weight management and regular checkup too will help. We also encourage 8,000 plus daily step for individuals to reduce sleep disorder. And we recommend use of daily awareness challenge to lower stress and improve sleep. Thank you. Over to you, Favon.
Okay, so in conclusion, the data set shows a clear link between sleep, stress, occupation, and health. While most individuals record healthy sleep duration and quality, sleep disorders like insomnia and sleep apnea remain significant. Overweight and obese individuals are more prone to sleep apnea, reinforcing known medical patterns. Occupations with high stress highlight the need for targeted workplace wellness programs, and also promoting physical activity, weight management, and age-specific campaigns can improve overall sleep health and reduce risk. In final conclusion, our project shows that sleep is strongly linked with stress, BMI, occupation, and lifestyle habits. Improving sleep health is not only a personal lifestyle choice, but also a public health priority that requires the efforts of individuals, workplaces, and communities. Thank you. Sorry, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Well done, Favor, and I didn't get the other girl's name.
Ruth.
Well done to you guys. Can you share the Powerbi? You guys have a very good presentation, by the way. Favor, you killed it. Well done.
Thank you so much.
But your dashboard does not now correlate with your PowerPoint slides. I mean, your dashboard is a bit vague. Yeah. Some of your charts are not even having values. Why? Total individuals by occupations. We're just seeing the charts going up. There are no values attached to it. You have total individual by sleep disorders here. You have insomnia, none, and I mean you have numbers for this here. But some other charts I noticed are not having values. Your slices are like you just have two slices, the age group and gender. No, that's fine. I think that's fine. But why you not having values? You should check that. Yeah. But your charts, I mean, it's easy to read, it's easy to understand, but it looks somehow like, how do I put it? It looks like, well, you guys are just coming up to, so it's fine. Let's go to the next one, the dashboard 2. The same thing here, average stress level by occupation. We don't have anything on there. Okay, so you guys checked for just only 2 sleep disorder, that's insomnia and sleep apnea, right?
Yes, we have just insomnia and sleep apnea, and then those without any disorder at all.
Okay, all right. So next time I think like some percentage, like age group by sleep disorder. Now, if you are trying to use your findings to just like give an insight, now we don't know how many percentage of people around 40 to 49 have insomnia. We just have charts. There's no value to it. So I think that's the only thing I would like note out of it. But for everything, it looks simple and somewhat straightforward, but still looks you guys more like you guys inputting more effort to make it look better. Yeah, that's what I'll say. It's just like clean. But well done and a great presentation too. That could cover up that cover for the Powerbi slide. But well done to you guys. Yep. So just note all that and try to like make sure your charts, everything is aligned later on. And yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you so much.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for today. I'm sure you guys actually learned a lot about that presentation. Right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure that I learned a lot actually. So first of all, I want to say well done everyone for actually, bringing out their time and efforts for being here. It's not actually okay. Sorry, I had network issues, right? So, like I was saying, it is always essential and crucial that you actually need to go through corrections. Nobody knows it all, right? And we are all trying our best to be perfect. You understand? Please let me confirm. Can you guys actually hear me properly?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So,
Yes.
once again, yeah, thank you. So once again, please make do of the corrections that you were given so far, because it is not easy to have people actually criticizing and correcting your work, right? It's actually great that we have someone like Mr. Eniola here and Mr. Daniel who left the call. He actually sent his regards, and he commends everyone for their efforts, right? So we have come to the end of our project presentation event. Once again, thank you very much for coming. I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Eniola for your time, your insights, your knowledge, your guidance. We say a very big thank you, sir, for actually giving us the time to actually be here. I know it's not easy for you, but thank you once again. On behalf of EDTS, I want to, give out my sincere gratitude to everyone who was here. My founders are not really at the core because they're actually in a brainstorming meeting with some stakeholders. So they actually told me to extend their greetings to you. So once again, thank you everyone. And please don't forget, if you actually love what we're doing, you want to still continue, be a part of season 5. Registrations are still on for season 5 internship, right? So you can actually just send a message to me, and we'll follow up from there. Once again, thank you very much for coming. Have a good day and have a great evening. Thank you. Mr. Anyola, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you too, guys. Bye.